on board the Yamaha Tenere, and of course this damn thing needs gas again. I mean, I can barely ride this thing with this gas tank. Whoever made this bike, Yamaha, they made it such a low gas tank. Like, I don't like to fill up every 200 miles. And actually, you know, people have been like critical of me before, but I only have 172 miles on this tank, and it's already at the reserve. That's absolutely ridiculous that I can barely get 200 miles. And there's been people posting saying that, oh yeah, no, it's you can get like 200 something plus. Yeah, if you barely ride. I mean, if you ride just kind of like highway at 55, you might be able to, but this is quite a gas guzzler. All right, so I put $8 worth of gas on the Tenere, and I filled it up. My Bistrom, I used to put $10 all the time. That was my regular thing. So now I have a full tank of gas, but you know, I know why Yamaha did this. They wanted to keep the weight, the wet weight of this bike low. 295. I think I'm going to take 295 to Arlington today. Alright guys, I'm on 295, and by the way, if you haven't heard, I think Biden is the new pres. So get ready for some sweet changes, I guess. I guess my life is going to change. DC, and this is kind of like the battle of the Nissan Altimas here. You have to be very careful. The guy behind me almost hit me. It's a pickup truck, so I know he didn't do it on purpose. Got like a ladder on top, but now he's really backed up because he realized that he almost hit me. That is one of the dangers. You know, like if you're on this left lane and there's a car that's coming at you, you got to start moving to the left lane, and it doesn't really matter. You just got to get out of their way. Alright, we are going to be going to 695, 395. You know, now it's starting to get a whole lot more traffic into this area. This bike is extremely comfortable. That's one thing you're going to notice about this. It is comfy. It really feels like a bike you can ride all day, every day, for the rest of your life. It feels solid. Now, surprisingly, it didn't take me very long to get here, and this is Amazon HQ2, or at least this area is Amazon HQ2. Very little traffic coming through here because these are businesses. This is actually kind of cool here. It looks very different than what I was expecting. This is, I've never gone through here. Bonsai Sushi. I have the bike in touring mode, so it's not as snatchy. But these houses, whoever owns these houses is banking right now, because they used to be like regular areas, and because of the Amazon HQ2, these houses, like the little tiny ones, right, they've blown up to $1 million, because now they have like all of these highfalutin people coming in with lots of money. Oh, you ran the red light. Look at this. This is Arlington Cemetery. I've never been through this particular section here. Man, today's so nice out. This area is pretty badass. 3 helicopters up front. I wonder what the hell are they going? But because of this whole political thing that's happening. I don't know. Okay. I think this is our stop. getting out of work today at night, taking the Tenere, and I'm gonna hit the highway. Man, that rhymes. This is kind of an interesting area. It's poor and rich at the same time. People make a lot of money here. So it's not every day I get to ride at night. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it might be a little bit hard. There's county police over there. Virginia does not play around when it comes to police. I don't know if you guys can tell the light on the ground, but it's a pretty defined pattern, but it's very low down on the ground. Let's see if I can adjust it. This area is pretty interesting looking. There's a lot of government contractors that live in this area. So we're gonna go south here. We're actually gonna take the long way because I don't want to go through DC today. Alright, let's see those high beams. The high beams are useless. Absolutely useless. Look at this. It doesn't light up at all. Look at that. What? Look at that. It just doesn't seem to do anything. Anyway, we're coming off at 395 onto 495, which is the Capital Beltway here. Man, these headlights suck. They're aimed so low. I know that's probably something I need to work on, but I mean, those high beams are so useless. The high beams on this bike are absolutely useless. Man, might as well just keep them in low beams. I think I need to adjust it. Jesus, what the hell happened here? So I have a question for you guys. If you put your bike up for sale, let's say you had a Honda CBR 600RR or whatever, and you had a slew of riders, but what is your policy on letting riders ride your bike? And I think for me, like, I've always let riders ride my bike, but you know, there's been guys that I've met and I kind of felt good about letting him ride my bike. But honestly, now I'm changing a little bit because I've had like guys ride my bikes in cars and they kind of dog it, and I don't really like that. I don't like that when you get your bike back. They it feels a little bit different, you know? I don't know, there's something weird about it. I had a guy that was interested in buying my Super Tenere, and I'm already regretting even like putting it on the market. And the guy wants to test drive it, and I'm like, you know, I don't let people test drive, and if you want to see how it operates, I'll be glad to give you a ride on it, you know, as a passenger, or you can follow me on your car and I can demonstrate the bike. So now that's kind of like my policy. I kind of worry about people dropping my bikes. I've had two girls, you know, they went to buy bikes and both of them dropped the bikes that they were buying right then and there. And the thing is, it doesn't take much for them to go like, So this guy messaged me and he said, oh yeah, I need to ride the bike so I can see how it brakes, to see if I really like it. And it all makes sense, but honestly, if you go to a dealership and you want to test drive a Yamaha, they're not going to let you. So I kind of feel like, okay, well, if you really feel that way, why don't you ride a new bike at a dealership? And I don't know, I don't feel that good about letting people ride this particular bike because it's so big that, you know, even though it doesn't really need an expert rider, it is such a large, heavy bike that if you drop it, you could potentially do a lot of damage. And I don't think I want to sell this bike, even though I complain a lot about it. Maybe that's my way of just hanging on to it. I don't particularly like this commute, and I think this is going to be a killer for me if I keep at it with this job. I don't like the night commutes, you know, especially tomorrow's Friday. That's kind of like one of the things I tell people, don't ride Friday nights, Saturday nights. And now with the election day, it's like, whoa, I have no idea. It's just, life is very unpredictable at this point. There's another guy without his lights. They always have the running lights on, that's the thing, and then they're like fooled into it. I can't believe cars don't automatically just turn on the rear tail lights. It's kind of ridiculous. Cars should be a little bit more like motorcycles. As soon as you turn them on, just turn on the headlights and the tail lights. Let's stop pretending. Like, that's one extra step for stupid people to forget. I'm kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.